What's up, y'all? The New Horror Boys. This is episode 8, and today we're talking about the worst ways to die. You got your boy over here, Paulie V. We got Bass, we got Chile, and today, like I said, we're talking about worst ways to die.
You did it. Thank you.
What is up, y'all? All right.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel.
Anything for views.
We'll start it off with Bass then.
Worst ways to die. All right, mine's going to get, I was going to say medieval, but I don't think the Viking era was medieval, but I'm going to start us off with the Blood Eagle. Now, who here has heard of the Blood Eagle?
I watch Vikings. I know what it is.
Not too familiar.
All right, well, that's why I'm talking about it. So the Blood Eagle was a form of execution. It was written in the Norse sagas, which is kind of like just like historical folklore and all this kind of stuff about like from Iceland, dating back to like the Viking era and stuff. Oh wait, we were supposed to do these shots. All right, real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
All right, to episode 8.
yeah, episode 8.
My favorite number.
Worst
All right.
ways to die.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Anyways,
Ooh.
For anyone wondering what that was a shot of vodka.
Yeah.
vodka.
Kirkland vodka. It wasn't I mean, it's smooth as long as vodka's concerned, but
It's $13 and you get a glass handle.
It's not bad. Not bad.
$13 in the grocery store gets you Shvedka. Well, it comes in glass, I guess. Anyways.
All
All right, so the Blood Eagle. The Blood Eagle was a form of execution used by the Vikings. It wasn't just any type of execution. It was used on... It was a symbol of revenge and vengeance. This would be usually done to other kings, or I don't know exactly if they were kings at that time, but
they had kings, yeah.
yeah. So essentially, this was like you captured somebody's village or whatever, and it was your rival, right? So you would usually they would either be face down or on their knees. Spread their arms out. Usually they'll be like stretched across, and like tied to two ends of a post or whatever. Mm-hmm. They would get a knife and slice down the spine. Then they would make some 2 cuts at the bottom of the torso and I believe the top, and essentially like stretch the skin out. And then from the pictures that I've seen, it looks like they hooked the skin too, so the skin is stretched out.
Oh, shit.
Essentially looking like an eagle, a blood eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Then they would get a knife or an axe or something, and then they would sever the ribs from the spine, and then also spread those out.
Ooh.
Fuck.
Yeah, and then usually the lungs were placed on top of the severed ribs, further making it more gruesome. And people would usually, if they didn't die from the pain or the shock, they would die. Obviously, they would bleed out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been used in some movies. I'm not gonna. Well, I'll give it. Midsommar. Have you guys seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, Midsummer.
Yeah, let's just say there's a reference to it in that movie.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. I was supposed to say that first, huh? But yeah, man, that's got to be one of the worst ways to die.
It's horrible. Do you know how long it would take for these people to die like this?
No, I can't imagine very long.
Not very long.
Like I said, between the shock and the loss of blood, and shit, man, all you had to do is maybe one wrong hit on the spine. It could make them go paralyzed. Maybe they wouldn't even feel it. But yeah, this was like an ultimate revenge kind of execution style, and it's pretty gruesome.
Jesus.
That's my worst way to die.
It's a pretty bad way.
Do you know what it was that would bring upon this punishment to people?
Like I said, you usually like say for like rivals, so like
Oh, okay. So it wasn't necessarily a punishment because of where you were at. It was a punishment because rivalry, like.
It was also seen as like a ode to Odin.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like a human sacrifice thing. Like look what I did to my enemy,
Right.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, so that's pretty gruesome. Chile?
All right, well, I have a question before I get into mine. So this Blood Eagle, what did they ever take out the lungs too, or just like the ribs, like just cut the rings up?
No. So like I said, they would sever the ribs from the spine.
Yeah.
Spread them out, making them look like wings. And then the lungs were pulled out as well and placed.
Yeah, on the
top
ribs.
of
He
the
did
rib
mention
cage.
that.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Yeah, so basically
Yeah, so I just want the viewer to let that sink in. The lungs were pulled out too. And I mean, you can't breathe without your diaphragm already. So once you cut that, once you compromise that whole area, you probably couldn't breathe anyways. So taking the lungs out was probably just extra painful. Assuming you were alive.
Well, it's crazy to think that somebody even figured that out and even like was the first experiment? Was it like, oh, whatever, I just killed this guy. Let's see what I can do with his dead body.
Maybe.
Maybe I could make it look like a blood eagle. I don't know. Is that how Vikings talk?
I wonder if they were already dead before all that even happened. I mean, it probably, like you said, it was probably just used as a scare tactic. Like, this is what we'll do to you, you know?
Yeah, like make an example of you.
Yeah, you were probably dead by the time the spine was cut open and all that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because think about it.
Horrible.
Vlad the Impaler was impaling people, and basically that is a big-ass wooden stake getting inserted through your booty hole, through your spine, out your mouth.
I was going to ask, was it through the butthole?
Yeah, it was through the butthole, through the spine, out your mouth. And they just put you out there, bro. Like, you have like 20 people out there, and that's just sending a message like, yo, this is what I did to your boys. You want to be like them?
Who was Vlad the Impaler? Was he a Russian?
Nah, he was Romanian.
Romanian.
Yeah, he was inspiration for Dracula.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that.
Yeah, not to be confused with Vladislav the Poker.
Poker.
Yeah, Vladislav the Poker. Oh, you know who that is?
Uh-uh.
You've seen what we do in the shadows? Come on. Vladislav the Poker?
Okay, I have seen it. Which
Yeah.
one is that?
Yeah.
He's the guy with the long hair and the beard and shit like that?
The black hair.
He's the main
yeah.
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Colin Robinson, the energy vampire.
The energy vampire.
Because as
But that's
we're
from the
all
show.
bartenders, we all know.
Yeah, that's from the show.
we,
but,
we have a few Colin Robinsons. Every bar has like at least a few of them. Like, you like the guy, he's funny, but like listening to them talk is just like fucking draining.
yeah,
You just sit there and you're like,
I'm Colin Robinson. I'm the vampire. The energy vampire.
you can talk a little long sometimes, but not as definitely not the worst I've seen.
Yeah.
Right.
I do it on purpose. I just like to suck the energy out of people and see how long I see if I could, poke them a little bit and get them pissed off.
It's got to the point where it's not even intentional that I just like cash out on conversations or just walk away. I literally can't do it, and it stresses me out. I just no, fuck that.
I never got to
I just walk away or just say, "Oh, that's crazy," and then all right. And then I just pretend to like wipe something down.
Yeah, you just grab the spray bottle.
No, dude, I get my soda gun and I just start spraying down the beer taps and then they just walk away. If you ever see me bartending and I'm just spraying the soda gun in the beer grate, yeah, that means I'm just trying to get out of a conversation, bro.
You checked out.
Or somebody walked in and they're all awkward. And I'm just like trying to pretend to be busy so I can ignore him. I don't know. Anyways,
Back to the worst ways to die.
worst ways to die.
Yeah. For worst ways to die, I picked crucifixion. And the Romans were notorious for this type of capital punishment. It wasn't just the Romans who did it. The Persians did it. And I want to say the Carthaginians and maybe the Parthians too. But basically, man, so I mean, there was 3 ways to do it. So they had like a pole, and they just fucking nail your hands up like this, and your feet, and then you just kind of, you're just strung there to die in the hot sun. Or they had like the capital T, where your arms were like above your head, and then same way,
Wait, so it's crucifixion?
crucifixion. Yeah. So there was like multiple ways to do this, and then they had the other one, the one that Jesus is famous for. They had the lowercase t basically, and you kind of just spread out like this, and then they nailed your feet to like this little.
Could you
like,
imagine
stool?
the pressure on? Oh, there was a stool for your feet.
Yeah, there was a
I was
stool
gonna
for your
say, well, yeah, because you'd probably just rip through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the crazy
damn.
part is it wasn't really on the hands, because if you did it like in the hands right here, the weight would just fucking tear through your hands.
Yeah, you needed to rest your feet on something.
So yeah, they'd rest your feet. I mean, they did it multiple
That's actually
ways.
very merciful.
No, that's crazy, because they'd still nail your feet onto that thing, bro.
I know.
And on the uppercase T one, they would nail your legs like through the ankle, like into the to the wood, bro. That's crazy. And before you get nailed onto a cross, bro, you took a beating. like, dude, they would whip you. They would batter you. They would lash you. They'd batter you. They do all kinds of.
Wasn't Jesus whipped with like glass? Like they had like glass shards on like a whip, but it wasn't just one whip. It had like multiple.
It had multiple whips for sure.
It was like a frayed whip with glass.
I don't know if it had glass on it, but I know they used frayed whips. Like they also had regular whips, but I'm pretty sure it was frayed whips. Maybe like porcelain
or something sharp. Oh, jagged rocks. Ugh. Damn.
You can put anything on that. It's crazy.
And also, I mean, I would imagine they were stoning these people, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah, not always.
Horrible.
There was usually like a whole embarrassment thing before I'm right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So first they would just, they torture you in a sense, and then before they even did anything crazy else to you, some people were offered like myrrh and stuff like that. So before they crucified you, like take this painkiller basically, and that's a nice thing, but it didn't always happen.
Myrrh is a painkiller?
Yeah.
Smelt or ate or?
No, you drink it like a tea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, there's a lot of things that do like nutmeg is it'll get you really high. Now, don't get me wrong, it can
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it can kill you, but it is also a painkiller in a sense. It gets you high. Alcohol is another psychoactive agent. It numbs you a little bit. And then we have things like your marijuana, and I guess we can talk about your opiates. Those are also painkillers. I couldn't figure out the way to say it. Anyways,
no, that's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. And the crucifixes that I've seen of Jesus, they would nail his feet to the cross. Like, I mean, I'll probably put a picture up here, or I'll take a picture of the crucifix I have at home and put it for one of the photos. But yeah, they will nail your feet to the footstool of the cross, and then they would normally nail you right here on the wrist where all the nerves are at, so it doesn't just rip through. There's like a bunch of bones, a bunch of nerves right here, so it hurts like fuck.
Wouldn't you die faster?
Yeah, you would die faster in a sense, but not entirely. So to die faster, you would have to take the nail out, because the nail, in a sense, also stops you from bleeding out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you have that same thing that's holding you up to that cross, which hurts like fuck, and it's plugging the wound. So you're just dealing with all that pain while it's keeping you alive. You could probably take that pain out, but then you probably die a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Jesus.
So like this and Blood Eagle, it wasn't just physical pain. You got to think about the psychological pain on this too.
Oh yeah. So, like I was saying about crucifixion, though, they did this to I think it was during the second not Punic War. Which one was it? The second Servile War. So it was, I think it was Spartacus in that one. Or maybe it was the third one. So when they caught him and a bunch of other slaves that revolted against Rome, bro, they like put them like 6 miles out of these people being crucified. It's insane. Like that is like
Was Spartacus crucified?
No, he got away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was never crucified, but all the other people and like all the other slaves that revolted and fought against Rome, yeah, they were all crucified. Yeah, it was like 6,000 something people, bro, and that stretched out like 6 miles. That's crazy. That's a crazy message to send.
The Romans are dicks.
A bit, yeah.
They enjoyed their
the
torture.
Vikings were dicks too.
Yeah,
But you gotta remember they were bored. I don't know. I mean, maybe that has something to do with.
Like,
they would do this at like
my
for
land
kind
is
of
frozen, and I want to go out and fucking kill.
Well, the thing you got to remember is ancient societies and modern societies are a little bit different. So as we evolve, become more civilized, we learned that hard power isn't usually the best way to go. Usually you want to go with soft power. So like with our country, we do a lot of aid. That's a soft power. We don't just go into a country like we did to Grenada in the 70s and be like, yeah, no, you're going to take our dollars. That we did it at one time, but now we're like, all right, well, you know what? We'll give these people aid. They can use our dollars and they can progress a little bit more. We can give them some aid and they can be a little bit better off because they're taking our dollars instead of, well, you know what? We're just gonna invade them and we're gonna make them take our dollars. Now we're giving them an incentive to take the dollars.
Why are we giving them AIDS? Just kidding.
So they're on medicine forever, and we don't sell the cure. Get him a Mets forever.
Get him sick, sell him a cure. Smart.
Yeah, that's money.
Buddy. South Park.
Dude,
Magic Johnson.
I love that episode.
He blends money up and drinks it. Then it cures his AIDS.
Oh, good. Yeah, dude, I love that episode, especially when they blend the money down and concentrate it into the syringes and they start injecting it. And it was like $186,000 in pure cash. It cures AIDS, and I'm like, what the hell?
86,000.
Yeah, dude, it was great.
Fucking South Park.
Oh, dude, I love South Park. They're so great. They're so wild with it too.
They're so spot on.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, man, like this crucifix thing is just it is like super insane. Like the notable crucifixions were like, of course, Jesus crucified. It became a symbol for a religion, Christianity. I think Alexander the Great did a bunch of crucifixions. He crucified I think it was Tyre or Tyre. I can't remember the name. It was basically like a whole city. Crucified them all. The Phoenicians. The Phoenicians were
That's a
crucified.
lot of work. You think it's got to take some time to build
Yeah, it
one
takes
of
a lot of
those.
time, bro. Yeah, the Phoenicians at Tyre were crucified, or Tyre were crucified by Alexander the Great. That's what it was.
You think they just built a shitload of them and just brought them to wherever they were going? Or do you think they would build it on the spot?
Jesus, that's a good question.
So what they would do,
A whole village. That's at least fucking what, 40, 50?
so what they would
60.
do, like
That's a lot.
There was an old, I forgot the old story, but it was like the Romans would come in, and when they crucified people, like they would take out the forest by the city. So imagine you're under siege in a city, and you just notice the trees are going down and down and down and down. Now you know that those trees are going to be crucifixes, and your ass is going to be nailed to one of them.
That's horrible.
That's horrible.
Jesus.
Horrible way to die. Yeah,
Horrible way to die.
Dude, terrible. It was one of the worst ways. I do remember that the reason why I know that it was like 6 miles, or because one of my grade school teachers told me that when I was a kid. I think I was in the 4th grade. My teacher's name was Melvin Blumel. Great dude. He taught me a lot of shit. I remember a lot of it. It really fucked me when I was a kid, but honestly, it probably made me a better adult. Yeah, so that's mine. Crucifixion. I might add a little more towards the end, but fucking insane.
Yeah.
Mr. Paulino, would you like to talk about yours?
No, actually, I wouldn't.
Would you want to ask me questions about mine before you talk about yours?
Okay, so the only real crucifixion that I've ever heard of was just, the one with Jesus.
Yeah.
Did that happen a lot back in the day, or?
So crucifixion wasn't like murder or anything like that. Or like here we have 10 to 5 and all that. No, over there, a medium punishment was death. Over there in the Roman times, a severe capital punishment, it was crucifixion. They had other things too, but crucifixion was one of them.
So not everyone died like that. Some people
No.
would actually just get a quick, swift death.
Yeah. They might behead you or whatever. They'll probably give you something quick and easy. That's like a medium punishment. Now, crucifixion was like the most severe capital punishment. Like you had to do something really bad to the state of Rome for you to, like I said, the Servile War. It was the people who revolted against, Rome. Those people were crucified. Like you didn't just get crucifixion for just anything. You didn't just steal something you're
Wasn't
crucified.
that also part of the Knights Templar thing? Was that the Roman Empire?
That was way later. That was 13
later, right?
centuries later. Yeah, because you got to think about it. Rome was around from, regular Rome was around from,
What about the Inquisition? Is that something different?
the Inquisition was in the 1500s. Rome was around from maybe 900, 1000
The Roman
BC?
Empire.
Yeah, I think it was 1000 BC, maybe 900 BC. And then, it stretched out,
The
eventually-
Inquisition was Spain.
yeah, the Inquisition was Spain. It was called the Spanish Inquisition.
I think that's when they went to South America.
a little bit before that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it started off with they kicked out the Muslims in Spain, and then it became the Spanish Inquisition after they became a country, which was maybe 1500s, maybe a little before that, 14 something. And then they were persecuting other people, so they were persecuting the Jews, the Muslims, everybody. They wanted a Christian Europe, and they didn't really play nice with other Christians, not entirely. They were okay-ish for a bit of it, but not always. There was it's kind of like you can't really blanket a whole group to do something because there's always people. A group is just a bunch of individuals, and normally it's like a lot of them have a lot of shit in common. Like, I guess the best way to explain it is there was this Nazi guy who was, he was cool with the Nazi party and all that, but he wasn't really like them. Like, oh, we're gonna kill the Jews and all that. And like, no, he saved a lot of Jewish people, but saying, no, I need these Jews to do this work for our country, and then we can kill them later if you want. And he never had any intention of getting them killed. He just wanted his country to be good. That's all he cared about. He didn't want to murder the Jews. He just wanted his country and his people to be good. He wasn't pro genocide. He's all like, he probably thought like, yo, I got tricked. I'm gonna do what I can to save these people from the same fate. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like the thing you got to remember. A whole group is just a bunch of individuals, and you kind of have to put your foot down or find a way to stay true to yourself when in those kind of situations.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let mob mentality just rule because you're gonna lose yourself in the process. But anyways, crucifixion bad.
What the hell is Paul's word? Did you start it?
He hasn't started yet. No, you guys asked me questions.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna get into his right now.
Yeah, we're about to get into it.
Yeah. So, Paul,
diving deep to infinite water. Infinite waters, diving deep.
Oh man, that gets a fraud.
And
for
now
sure.
time
guy's
for
cool.
the worst way to die.
Is it?
No. No, it's not. I just it is one of the worst ways to die, but
Hear me out. Tell us about it, and then just add extras at the end. Just tell us you're adding extras at the end. Be like, all right, here's what it is, and I'm gonna throw in some extras out, and then just throw it in, bro. Just get into it.
All right.
Go ahead.
So
Come on, Paul,
mine isn't a form of crucifixion. Mine is called the Brazen Bull,
Okay.
also known as the Bronze Bull. It's basically a bull made of bronze.
Mm-hmm.
It's hollow on the inside. It's got a door on it, and there's a pit underneath it. And basically what it was made for was to torture people to death. They would put people in there, usually just in like some kind of underwear kind of garment, whatever the hell it was back in the day. But normally they didn't have any clothes on. And they would put them in there, and then they would light a fire. And then this fire would just start, heating up the bull. And the reason why they call it, they made it a bull, but they also call it the Bronze Bull because while you're in there, it sounds like you sound like a bull coming out from like the little holes that they got. So basically what it was made for was for party events. They would just take one random criminal or whatever it was and put them in there, and then they would light it up. And while the party was going on, while people were dancing and drinking and stuff, they would just hear somebody screaming to death inside of this bull because it's burning them alive. But the reason why they chose this one as their favorite is because they didn't have to actually witness what was going on. They felt and heard what was going on. And the biggest reason why I chose this one is because, surprisingly, when the guy who invented it was called Perilous, he was the first person who they actually used it on.
His request, or was he fuck up? No. Imagine you're like, God damn, I should have chose something a little more mild.
Yeah, terrible.
This is
cooked
horrible.
alive inside of a golden bull's ass. It'd be funny if the holes that made the sound were the bull's ass. So you just put
The
your ear up to
goop
it.
would just drip out the bull's ass.
You'd be a nice medium for rare after 20 minutes in there.
No, dude, you're fucking well done after 10 minutes, bro. You're done.
Who started this?
Perilous.
No, what culture, what age?
I forgot to say the era. It was
'Cause Golden Bull sounds biblical.
554 BC.
Isn't it? Is it the same thing they did with? Is that what that was from the Bible?
It was probably.
I'll be
Carthaginians,
honest with
maybe.
you, I don't know.
'Cause I don't remember it being a murder or torture.
It
device.
doesn't sound like a biblical thing. Oh, I mean, it sounds biblical, but it doesn't feel like it was a biblical thing.
Yeah.
But the main reason why I chose that is because it wasn't necessarily made because somebody committed crimes or whatever. It was mostly made as a party favor when the king or whatever threw an event. They would throw a person in the bull and light it on fire and let.
You're all just wasted at a party, drinking your mead or your wine. And all of a sudden, the golden bull gets rolled out. And everybody's like, yes!
It was a bronze bull.
I hope it's my neighbor. Yeah,
I hope
that guy
I
sucks.
hope it's my neighbor, Peter.
Wait, what? Peter.
I don't know. Fuck Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Oh, Peter.
Oh, Peter.
So I just looked it up, and it was designed in ancient Greece.
Greece.
Oh, it was Greece. Okay.
The good old Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Let's just say Europe is pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Because these all originated in Europe.
Yeah.
Iceland, Rome, Peter. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No,
Where was yours from? Greece.
Greece.
Yeah, Greece. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a worse way to die.
pretty
I
bad.
just really liked that it was, because, like, Crucifixion was, from my opinion, it was like a public display for people to look and be like, all right, don't do what this guy did. Blood Eagle was, to show the fear of people, and then here's the bronze
fuck with
bull.
me.
It's just, oh, we're going to burn this guy alive. And entertainment purposes, here you go. Have fun.
If you guys ever wonder where Spread Eagle came from, it came from the Blood Eagle.
All right, guys, hear me out. For the Brazen Bull or the Bronze Bull, imagine instead of just, cooking you alive like that, like they just put like a little bit of oil, just a little bit. Just a couple inches up. So when you
sear?
step down, you fucking basically just deep fry your boat, So you have to
At that
keep
point, you
moving.
better throw some aromatics in there.
Yeah, no, just think about it, bro. And imagine it just moving around. Like imagine like the Brazen Bull has like a little bit of a wobble to it, bro. Like they just give it like one of those things. Like on the heavy bags, how they have like the spring
Right.
and it holds it up and it moves
Yep.
around. Now imagine the guy's just moving around and they're trying to avoid the oil while he's cooking alive too.
No.
Well, you got to remember,
What's that?
they didn't light it till you were in there.
Yeah,
It was just small enough to be able to wiggle a little bit.
yeah.
But can you imagine, like, the shit's on fire and, like, it's so hot that you're just, like, either on your back and you're wobbling or you're on your front and you're, like, just constantly moving your hands up and down until you can't have the energy anymore and you just finally lay down and let it just sizzle you.
Exactly. Now imagine there's a little puddle of oil following you around.
Well, it wouldn't follow you around. It's the bottom of the bull's body. So it's just, you're talking about, like, if they...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think that would really add too much. I wouldn't be too concerned about the small little burns I'm getting here rather than my whole energy, like my whole weight just touching something that's super hot and I just can't get away from it. Because if I lean up and I touch the top, I'm burning myself. I'm down. I don't know. It's bad.
Pretty bad.
Leave a comment and let us know which one you thought was the most brutal, I guess. I don't know. The most brutal.
Leave a comment for Jesus.
I think mine's definitely the most brutal. I don't even know if we
I
have
talked
to
about
ask these.
crucifixion. He went through a lot there.
Yeah.
Leave a comment for Jesus if you want. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, really.
But he might.
I don't.
Jesus.
I couldn't tell you anything about Jesus. Except that he was crucified.
Jesus definitely did try to tell you how to live your life. Take it as you want.
Jesus.
But you got to respect what he went through. So leave a comment. And a like and a follow and share. And watch the whole thing, not just click it and say, I watched your podcast. No, you didn't.
So, for just 25 cents a day.
What time are we at? What's the episode?
Where are we at?
We're probably about a half hour if we cut out the.
Perfect.
Nah, we'll just do a half hour.
Well, you can check
Perfect.
it.
Oh, I did the BTS, bro, behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So, does Base want to take us away?
Take us away, base.
hey guys, thank you for watching the show. I really appreciate it. No, for real. If you are watching, thank you very much. We really appreciate you guys, those who watch it, and feedback is always appreciated. And yeah, thank you for joining the new Horror Boys. Worst Ways to Die. Few announcements. I think we're gonna switch up the content a little bit. I think we've been talking about this for a while. Let us know what you think. We like horror. We love horror, and we love having a topic to talk about. But I think we're also going to start expanding. It may not be just horror all the time. We'll give you more details in the future on that. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, signing out. See you next time.
Peace.
Bada bing, bada boom.